looks like a tree, but things are sort of hanging around everywhere. So I call it a sound tree. Now, in my sound tree, I have a lot of instruments that are professionally made for professional musicians. Those are people who go out and make a lot of money and play music, like rock and roll musicians. And I have some homemade instruments. I have some things that are just around the house, but don't you dare take your mom's cake pan. I'm going to show you some cake pans that I have. And you see what they sound like. Now here's a cake pan. And get all different kinds of sounds. Here's a couple over here. And over here, I have some fire alarm bells. And I found these in a dump somewhere. I didn't take them off of the side of the school building. Down here, does anybody know what kind of bells these are? Right. Telephone bells. Hi, Bubs. That's my friend Bubs there. These are telephone bells, and these are the kind of bells that are inside the telephone. Don't open up your telephone. But if there's an extra telephone down in the basement that Mom and Dad doesn't want, maybe you can open it up and take the bells out. They sound like this. Here, does anybody know what this is called? I wonder why. Because it's a triangle? Oh, it's a triangle because it's a triangle. Oh, you're right. And these are called wind chimes. And they're usually played if you put them outside and let the wind blow on them. But I just touch it with my stick. Now I have some instruments that talk. Now what I mean by that is that these instruments can say their own name. For instance, this is called a drum. Listen to it very carefully. It's going to say its own name for you. What did you say? Drum. Usually come in pairs. Does anybody know what they're called when you see them in pairs? Bongos. Who said that? Very good. Now bongos can say their own names too. Bongos. Now here's a professional instrument that comes from Brazil. And I forget what they call it in Portuguese, but in English we just say shakers. Now shakers are fun to make. There's all different ways that you can make your own shaker. You can take a coffee can, it kind of has a plastic lid on it, and put some rice inside, or put some beans inside, or some rocks. I'm going to show you a shaker that I made. Been through some rough times, I'll tell you. But I made this with 3 cans. One's Orange Crush, one's Schlitz beer, and one's Valentine's beer. The can in the middle, I took a can opener and I opened up both ends of it. I put some rocks inside and I just taped it up. It's very easy to make your own shaker like that. Now I have some kind of strange instruments, maybe you've never seen before. This one comes from Latin America. And it's called Liro. Can you say that? Liro. Say this. Liro. What happens when I scratch it? I'm going to tell you a little story about the drum. And this also relates to Black History Month. You might be wondering, what does all this have to do with Black History Month? Well, the drum, some people believe that the drum started in Africa. And there was a story that I heard one time that there was a man who had a deer skin. And he was going to make something with the deer skin, so he scraped all of the hair off the skin, and he went and laid it down on a log to dry. So he thought when he came back the next day that it would be nice and dry. But what happened was it rained that night, and when it rained, the skin got real soft, and it spread out all over the hollow part of the log. So when he came out the next morning and the skin was all dry and hard, he went to pick up the skin. This is what happened. Something in there? Wow. It makes a sound. And he put 3 beats together. He said, wow, I think people could dance to something like this. If you put 3 beats together, you just did it over and over and over again. I got a great idea. I'm going to take this to the chief and see if he likes it. So he took it over to the chief. Chief started dancing. And the drum grew and grew, and people came to love the drum. And so today we have all kinds of drums. This is a drum that's been made fairly recently, just in the last few years. And it's called rototom. I'm going to show you why it's called rototom. Because when you play it, you take the other hand. What happened? It changed the sound, didn't it? Turn it this way, the sound gets what, higher or lower?